So let's say that you've now decided whether you're going to do an upgrade or a clean install. You don't want to lose your applications maybe, or your username and all that, so you might do an upgrade. Or you just want a brand new machine, you want to do a clean installation. So let's look at some of the preparation that we have to do for that. Now, I'm going to tell you right now that we have like 15 items here in this section, and it's rather long. Keeps going, or not 15, I'm sorry, 12 items here. So I'm not going to do this all in one video. I'm going to break it up a little bit. This is video 8 right now, and this will be part 1 of preparation for upgrade or clean install. The first thing to note is what the hardware requirements are. And you'll need to know this for test purposes, but the CPU needs at least a 1 gigahertz processor. Now that's not that fast in today's standards, so you should have no trouble reaching that. You need 1 gigabyte of RAM for a 32-bit installation, or 2 gigabytes for a 64-bit installation. For disk space, you need at least 16 gigabytes. Now, having said that, this is Microsoft's official minimum requirement for installation. However, on some devices you can get by with a little bit less because you have a smaller installation for smaller devices. But this is the official disk space needed for a desktop or a laptop, say, for installing Windows. As far as graphics, you need a DirectX 9 with WDDM or Windows Display Driver model. Pretty much any graphics card has these today, so not a big problem in most cases. I do want to make note that these are minimum requirements for installation, not to run it. It's not going to run well. You're not going to be able to run other programs on it necessarily. If you do, they'll be slow, but at least it will install with these. So these are not the recommended requirements. They are the bare minimum, and it simply will not run and won't even install unless you reach those. So minimum requirements. These are indeed the same specs that we had for Windows 7 and Windows 8.1. So if you have a Windows 7 or 8.1, you should be fine as far as the physical machine. Also note that the Windows 10 installer does have a built-in checker, so you don't really have to worry about this too much. It simply won't work if you don't have the correct hardware. As far as software compatibility, again, Windows 10 will check for your software as you install Windows 10, and if there are going to be any real problems, it will let you know about it so that you have a chance then to say, no, I don't want to install it, or yes, I do want to install it. There is some software that could be a problem, so I would advise that you make a good list of the software that you have in case you have problems and then need to reinstall a piece of software later on or find an alternative for it. So that's always a good thing to do, is just to make a good list of that software that you have on your machine that you're concerned with. All right, in part 2 then, I'm going to talk about the media, because this can be a little more confusing.